I'm going to talk about the art of creating a show. Um, it's like, it's like one of my businesses, if you call it business, it's like, and hobby and stuff was belly dance. And it's like I created the International Academy of Middle Eastern Dance, and I did it. One of the main reasons I did it was to like lift up the view of belly dance as a more legitimate art form. You know, back in like the 60s and 70s, a lot of people kind of thought it was just a step above stripping, and I always hated that. Anyway, so I just want to kind of talk about there's an art to putting on a show, you know, and it's like I learned things along the way, and when I was doing all the shows and stuff, and I don't have in front of me how many shows I did, but theater shows. But it's started off small. I started off small, and then then I gradually stepped it up, and then the last shows I did were at the Ford Amphitheater, and I learned things along the way. It's like one of the things I did early on was I always did like a mix up of mix up of like types of talents. So in other words, if somebody did like cabaret dancing, I'd have a cabaret dancer, and then I got company. I have a cat here, and cabaret dancer, and somebody did a sword dance, and somebody did a certain aspect of the dance. Maybe they did a taksim, or they danced to a piece of live music and stuff. So what I did is like I always mixed it up, and so that there would be variety throughout the show, so it wasn't just one dancer after another. I also learned that I was also made sure that it was the performance wasn't too long, not too short, not too long. It had to be just the right length of time, and because it's like if it kept going on and on, no matter how good you are, it's just it just gets to be too much, and you might lose interest in people, because people might lose interest in it because it's just keeps going. And a lot of I always try to get general public there, so I wanted to get the general public to know what to see belly dance, and not get bored with it, and not and just like, wow, that was fascinating, I love this piece and that piece. One of the things I learned about was along the way, it's like one of the shows I did, I think it was Rockin' the Casbah, and I think that was at Cal State Northridge. And I did more shows at Cal State Northridge Performing Arts Center than any other place. It was a 500-seat theater, and you have to go down. It's like, and somebody made a comment about something, and then I realized what I had to do is like on the introductions. I couldn't just say like, here's so and so from wherever, or whatever it was, I was doing at the time, and it's like I needed to do kind of an explanation at the beginning, and I did that. I did that throughout all of the. By the time I got to doing the Ford Amphitheater shows, I definitely did that because we were getting a lot of general public in those shows. So it's like it's like sometimes it was like like from the sands of Arabia, that kind of stuff. But lots of times it was like, it's like, like we would, if it was like say a sword dance or something, we would let them know a little bit, give them a little bit of taste of what something about sword dancing or the history of something. We always made the introductions brief, but we wanted to get them, it's like. Give them some kind of information. It's like, and we had somebody do Little Egypt. Donnie did Little Egypt one time, and that for that one, it's like the introduction was like more like the original circus, almost like it was a P.T. Barnum kind of introduction kind of thing. And actually, I hired talent like to do the intros and stuff. I had them recorded in advance, and I'd find somebody with a great voice that like somebody on the internet that had like that did that type of work, the voiceover work and stuff. And then I'd give them the script, and then they would and we would put it on tracks on a CD. The same thing with like the beginnings, the beginning and the intermission and the end of the show, I played music. We played music. For the Ford shows, I tended to do like things like the soundtrack of Lawrence of Arabia, and then the intermission music was more like upbeat. It was not Middle Eastern music. It was usually like pop music, like um, Dance Like an Egyptian, David Bowie's Let's Dance, that kind of music. And then also at the end of the show, we would play the same kind of music. The For the final bow, I would play Rock the Casbah by the Clash, and that just kind of fit. It's like, for the it's like it just, so it was like it kept the energy up for the show and so on. So there were things like that, and it's like I always look for talent to do certain types of pieces and stuff, and sometimes I would put people up to certain things. It's like, it's like knew a good dancer that was good at something, or they had the right personality for a type of like performance or something. I would, it's like, hey, do you think you could do this kind of thing? And it's like they were almost always game for it. It's like, they wanted to be in the show. So and I know I'm missing something. It's like I'll probably have to do another video on this, but there's a whole art to it. There's a lot of planning and stuff. When somebody said at one of the shows one time, she said, it's like you seem so calm and everything during the show and everything. I said that's because everything was very well planned out in advance. It's like I don't like last minute things or emergencies or running around with tearing your hair out and stuff. Everything, I planned everything, perfectly, so that there was no it's like one couple of times there was like a little minor emergency or something, so you could actually deal with that. But I didn't want, I wanted the every step of it to run very, very smoothly, from, point A to like point Z to the end of the show, so everything was planned out extremely well. Every detail of it was planned out well. The guy that did the introductions, if it was a live, introducing, or, it's like everything. The lighting planner, I hired lighting planners for the shows, and it was just, it's just, it was a process. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. That's, I got to tell you that. It's like, so if you look and see it, watch any of my videos. Unfortunately, a lot of the introduction things are not on there on the videos, but as you'll see how everything just went smoothly and stuff. So it's like that, it's like, and it was always just, I always wanted to enjoy the the moment and everything. There was also things that I didn't do that somebody else could do better, like calling the show and stuff. I found out that I wasn't very good at calling a show and stuff, so it's like, because I was like I was looking at other things and everything, so it's like I had somebody calling the show, and it worked out well. It's like very, very few glitches along the way, and I was so happy to do it. Proudest and happiest times of my life was, I think, when I was doing those shows, and even the instructional videos too.